Welcome to Edinboro Television. I'm Marsha Morgan.
And I'm Britton Roselle, and this is your weekly news update. Edinboro campus media took an educational trip to the state's capital to tackle the issue on budget cuts and budget delays. Edinboro television reporter Sierra Smith has more.
Students from all 14 PASHA universities joined together to fight for their higher education funding. These students rallied inside of the PA state capitol to show that this is not a small matter. Testimonials were given to share how this delayed funding not only affects them, but affects their classmates as well.
Harrisburg University. I'm a history major at Harrisburg University, and I was in the archives the other day, and some of the seasoned people in the room, can you remember the day of concern of 1973, when there was over 3,000 students who filled the Capitol and said, we want more money? Well, that's us, and we're back today. But with that being said, students, I can't let you off the hook easily. We have a common enemy, and it is these politicians who don't want to give us our money. So we need to register to vote. We need to register to vote. We need to get these people out of the office.
ETV talked to APSCUF President Ken Mash to see what his reaction to the rally was.
Well, we were hoping that we would get about 300 students here, and I think we wound up with about 500 students. So I think, it exceeded our expectations, and I'm really proud of the students and what they did, getting on the bus at the wee hours of the morning at Edinboro to make sure that they got here in time.
Now, I know a lot of our students couldn't make it today, and as well as other universities. So is there a message that you'd like to send to them to help get this across?
All right, so a bunch of legislators spoke here today, and we ran into more still, and they all said the same thing, that students need to speak up, not just at this rally, but they need to contact their legislators, they need to call their offices, stop in, get the other students to do the same thing. Because really, unfortunately, in politics, it's, the people who make the most noise get the most attention. And they need to know that our students, that they care, they need to know that they vote, and that they believe that they're entitled to the same kind of education that students have been depending on for decades here.
The budget discussion for the 2016-2017 year will happen tomorrow, as the 2015-2016 budget is still up in the air.
14 universities, including Edinboro University, took the stand to voice their concerns about budget delays and budget cuts.
ETV talked to Representative Ryan Bizzarro to let us know what actually happens inside the state capitol.
Our committee system is based off of seniority. So members that have been here the longest are assigned to be the chairmen of the said committees, and they will not run our bills under any circumstances that go, against anything they believe, or the speaker, or the respected caucus leaders believe.
ETV will keep you up to date on the latest information covering the PA budget. Reporting for Edinboro Television, I'm Sierra Smith.
The First Friday concert was held February 5th at the Alexander Music Center Recital Hall. The concert featured Patrick Jones playing the saxophone and Amber Shea Nicholson playing piano. The concert started in the afternoon. The First Friday concert was a success as people filled almost every seat in the recital hall. Patrick Nicholson played several selections, receiving a rewarding applause from the audience every performance. For more information about the First Friday concert or upcoming Friday concerts, check the events calendar on edinboro.com/edu.
Have you ever wondered how scientists examined blood and artifacts from many years ago? Taylor Buffington sat down with Edinboro forensics professor Theodore Yeshian to talk about some things he examined dating back to the Revolutionary War.
138 years old. Does that make it harder to determine exactly when it was from or what it belonged to, as opposed to something as opposed to blood that would have been from, say, yesterday?
Well, the tests are exceptionally sensitive. The luminol test in particular is sensitive to about 1 drop of blood in 1 million other parts of water, let's say. And so it's not the time. As far as time goes, the passage of time has no effect on the materials within the hemoglobin of blood that allows for these forensic tests to work. What does matter, though, is the fact that these bullets are underground, 6 to 12 inches below the earth, and there's rainwater that flows through there. There's snow that melts and flows through there. And that dilution factor really does play a big role in diluting out the blood to the point where if it exceeds 1 in a million parts, we're not going to be able to detect it. So time itself, not a problem. The dilution factor is over that period of time a big problem.
To see the full interview, go to edinboro.edu.
Tonight we are introducing a new segment called Club of the Week. Each week, ETV will recognize a club or organization we feel is doing something great on campus. This week's featured club is Archery Club. ETV reporter Sierra Holman has more.
So the Archery Club here at Edinboro has started actually last semester. So that was a big part of me being the new president and also new members coming in, but I've been shooting archery for 4 years. So yeah, it's been a great experience. A lot of people come up to me after Highland Games especially, so I've taught about 20 students here on campus archery already. So it's, you know, growing like dramatically. See? It's definitely a skill, and then the more you improve, the better you get, trust me.
Wow, that's awesome.
Coming this fall, Edinboro University students pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in English will have the opportunity to enhance political, business, and legal skills by enrolling in the university's new pre-law concentration. The new concentration was added to aid English majors who desire to continue on to law school or wish to pursue a career in law, politics, or business. For more information about the new English pre-law concentration or other recently added majors and concentrations, visit edinboro.edu.
Listen up, pop culture enthusiasts. The pop culture podcast, It Won't Turn Off, hosted by Campus Media's very own Brenton Roselle and Logan Lilly, will now be broadcast on ETV starting next week. The podcast covers music, movies, games, and the latest pop culture happening. Earlier this week, ETV caught up with the podcast host for a preview of the new program.
Hey, I didn't see you there. I'm Britton Roselle.
And I'm Logan Lilly, and we're here to proudly present It Won't Turn Off live right here on ETV.
That's right. If you tune in, you can learn everything you need to know about games, movies, television, and more, everything you need to know about pop culture.
And while It Won't Turn Off has been a podcast for a while, we're now officially bringing it here on ETV as its live show.
To catch up on all of our older episodes, you can check out our Facebook, our YouTube, or even edinboronow.com.
It won't turn off. Something, something, end. Do we have like an end slogan?
No.
Did we have an end? Oh, so
no,
we could have cut it.
That's it. We're done.
Okay, so we did it
For
well.
more information about the It Won't Turn Off podcast, past episodes, visit edinboronow.com.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Edinboro students are helping you plan the perfect weekend. Campus Media is helping you shout out to your sweetheart starting Tuesday, February 9th and going through Thursday, February 11th. WFSC is inviting you to dedicate a song to that special someone this Valentine's Day. Stop by WFSC's table in the Pogue Student Center this week for more information. The Brothers of Phi Mu Alpha are offering Singing Valentines Tuesday, February 9th. Stop by their table in the Pogue Student Center for more information. Students can also spread the love by making homemade valentines for the local seniors of the Rolling Fields Elder Care Community Wednesday, February 10th and Thursday, February 11th. Students can create their valentines on the second floor of Compton Hall from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information about Valentine's Day events going on at Edinboro University, visit edinboro.edu.
When we come back, Caleb Richardson gives you the weekly forecast, and Drew Patrick has the highlights from all of the Fighting Scots sports action this past week. Keep watching.
compete for a championship in stadiums full with cheering fans and families, to give back, to say thank you for your support, to learn, grow, and prepare for the future. Ask any NCAA student athlete what they want, and this is what they'll tell you. Ask these student athletes, and they'll say with pride, I chose Division II.
Before NAMI, I did not have many support systems. I felt very alone. Through NAMI, I earned a support system, I earned advocacy, I earned an organization that I could refer others to and advocate for mental illness with. And through NAMI, I feel that I can help stamp out stigma.
NAMI of Erie County. Find help, find hope.
Hello everybody, my name is Caleb Richardson III and this is your weather forecast for the week. As you see here, our 7-day forecast for Edinboro. Today, Monday, February 8th, 2016, we will be having snow with a high of 37, low of 28 degrees. Tuesday, we'll be having snow pretty much all week, unfortunately, up until Saturday and Sunday. So Tuesday will result in snow again at 34 degrees and a low of 23 degrees. Wednesday, we're having snow showers yet again, 25 degrees with a low of 10. Thursday, snow showers again, 16 degrees with a low of 7. So we're getting really cold into the end of the week here. Friday, we will be having snow showers again at a high of 19 and a low of 3. And Saturday is a bit weird if you ask me. We're having snow showers again with a high of 5 and a low of 0. I know that's weird. I thought the same thing. I had to ask around to see if 0 degrees was actually something that could actually happen, but turns out it is. So Saturday will be low, will be 0 degrees, so warm, dress warm because it's going to be cold. Sunday, bad weather again with a high of 10 and a low of 3 degrees. So this week is going to be very chilly, so be sure to get your jackets and whatever else you guys use to keep yourself warm. Our national weather map here, we will be suffering from low pressure systems, which is where all the 0 degree, 5 degree weather is coming from. So all that cold weather is coming in from the west coast, and all the warm low pressure systems is drifting away. We need that to come back. We want that weather. We don't want the coldness. That's not good. We don't want that. So we are suffering from high pressure systems, and low pressure systems will be going away. So our trivia question for today that we have every week is, what is the circulating Atlantic Ocean current which warms Western Europe? So I'm going to let you guys take a second to think of that, and then you guys can come back. Okay, time's up. So the answer was the Gulf Stream, for those of you who did not get the answer in time. The answer was the Gulf Stream. So next week, check back here on Edinboro Television with me, Caleb Richardson III, and the rest of my crew for more trivia questions. So up next, we have sports, and I will see you guys next week.
Sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome to the Fighting Scots Sports Report. I'm Drew Patrick. Let's get things started with wrestling, as the Fighting Scots had a huge week this past week. In the first match of the week, the Scots traveled to Lock Haven to face the Bald Eagles, looking to clinch the EWL. The big matches of the night were Anthony Rivera getting a sudden victory decision over Lewis Williams. All-American Dan Neff defeated 14th-ranked Pat Lugo 7-3, and Billy Miller clinched the match for Edinboro with a tech fall over Adam Mackey. With the victory, Edinboro moves on to the College Bowl Series and will face a Big Ten team that is to be decided. On Saturday, the Zorofsky Dome hosted the Edinboro Open. 3 Scots placed at the Open as freshman Fitz Hohen placed second at 174, freshman Corbin Byers finished 4th at 133, and redshirt senior Warren Bosch finished 6th. 3 starters wrestled in the event as well. Tyler Vath went 2-2 on the day. Austin Matthews and Vic Avery went 3-0 on the day before sitting the rest of the match. One of Avery's wins was a rematch of the 3rd place match from last year's national championship against Arizona State's Blake Stauffer. He came out victorious in that one. The week of wrestling concluded with Sunday's match against Virginia Tech. With the loss, the Scots dropped to 8-7 on the year. The Scots' next matches are February 14th against Central Michigan and Kent State in Kent, Ohio. The basketball teams were back in action as well, starting with Wednesday's matches where they traveled to Slippery Rock. Both teams continued the week traveling to IUP. The Hawks handed Edinboro its 8th loss of the year, winning 73-60. The Scots struggled, shooting only 25% in the second half, and the Lady Hawks, took advantage. Katie Fisher led the Scots with 20 points and 5 assists. As for the men's side, the men suffered their 3rd straight loss, falling to IUP 94-73. Henri Wade Chapman got into foul trouble early, hindering his play. He finished with 16. Quinn Lee Yaw led the Fighting Scots offensively with 20 points. However, it wasn't enough. Both teams are back in action on Wednesday as they travel to Pitt Johnstown. That contest can be heard on 88.9 WFSE. The indoor track and field team traveled to Oberlin, Ohio for the Crimson and Gold Invitational. Freshman Tirona Ware, Abby Peters, Abby Lang, and senior Hillary Norris finished tops in the 200-meter dash, the 800-meter run, the 1-mile run, and the 60-meter hurdles, respectively. For complete results, head to GoFightingScots.com. Next up for the team is the biggest meet of the season, appropriately titled the GVSU Big Meet in Allendale, Michigan. That's all we have for you this week. To stay up to date on all the latest Borough athletics, head over to edinboronow.com. Thank you for watching.
To compete for a championship in stadiums full with cheering fans and families. To give back. To say thank you for your support. To learn, grow, and prepare for the future. Ask any NCAA student athlete what they want, and this is what they'll tell you. Ask these student athletes, and they'll say with pride, I chose Division II.
I chose Division II because athletes graduate at a higher rate.
I can stay closer to home and be an important part of the community. I chose Division II because I can double major
and take part in campus activities.
I chose Division II because classrooms are smaller.
Students have more time with their instructors.
And I can compete for a national championship. I chose Division II for all these reasons and more.
I chose Division II.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Do Your Selfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old pile of t-shirts.
It's not garbage, it's actually a new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
That's all the news we have for this week. Be sure to go to edinboronow.com to stay up to date on the latest Edinboro news.
Thanks for watching and have a good night.